Hi, I'm Andy Paredes. Welcome to the Police Tone tutorial for Helix. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the classic police track, Every Breath You Take. Let's start out by taking a look at the gear Andy Summers would have used on this track. Andy Summers used a variety of amps in his career. On this track, he used a Roland JC120. Some of the classic Andy Summers effects heard on this track include a compressor, echo, and the chorus built into the amp. Andy Summers used a Gibson semi-hollow, a Fender Strat, and a Fender Tele on this track. Summers is best known for using Tele, so that's what we're going to use for our tone writing. If you don't have a Tele-style guitar or single coils, you can use a Variax to model this. Select the input block and move to page 2, then change the preset Variax model to T Model 1. If you want to drop the tuning a half step like it is in the song, you can do this as well. Turn knob 6 to custom, then you can alter the tuning by going to the third page of the input menu, then dropping each string by a half step. Now that we have the guitar situation sorted out, let's take a look at the amps. Let's start by dialing up the amp plus cab block and choosing Jazz Rivet. I'm going to raise everything on the amp except the presence and move the channel volume all the way up. Going to the second page, I'm going to drop the master volume, then move the bright to about halfway. Then move over to the third page and select the 421 dynamic mic and move that back just a bit. One of the most notable effects in Every Breath You Take is the chorus. Let's start by adding a 70s chorus block directly after the Jazz Rivet block. Let's assign the tempo so that the time-based effects like chorus fit the tempo of the song. This song is at 116 beats per minute, so just touch the tap tempo on foot switch 12 and adjust knob 6. Now that I've set the tempo, I want to change the rate to tempo-based. Push down on knob 1, then turn to the whole note value. Then I'm going to move the spread up all the way. On the second page, I'll increase the mix on knob 1 and give the level a slight boost on knob 2. Another common Andy Summers effect that you're going to hear on this track is echo. Let's go to the block directly in front of the amp block and select transistor tape. We're going to move the time to tempo bass by pushing down on knob 1, then change the timing to 16th notes. I'll drop the feedback and move the mix a bit. Now that we have the chorus and the echo dialed in, let's add some compression to control the dynamics. Let's move to the slot before the delay and add a red mono squeeze. We're going to drop the sensitivity and the level. Now let's add some reverb after the modulation block to give it some ambience. Start by moving the joystick to the last slot to add a stereo chamber reverb block. I'm going to drop the decay, raise the pre-delay, and drop the mix a bit. Now that we've dialed in the main components of our sound, let's take a look at other items we can add in. I'm going to add a volume pedal in the first open slot. I'll also add an input gain to ensure the sound is silent when I have the instrument volume turned off. I usually set the threshold between 80 to 70 decibels depending on the amount of gain, then set the decay around 100 milliseconds. Andy also sometimes uses a volume boost pedal. We can add this in on the second slot. 4 decibels should be enough to work as a solo boost. Now that we have all our effects in place, let's take a look at how we can assign these to foot switches. Starting off, I'm going to select foot switch 6, which will send us over to stomp mode. Starting at the beginning of our signal chain, you'll note the volume pedal is already assigned to expression pedal 2. Moving to the right, we'll see our gain boost, which I want to assign to foot switch 2. Lightly touch the foot switch, then confirm the selection by selecting OK on knob 6. I want to assign the red comp to foot switch 8 and the delay to foot switch 10, so I'll follow the same procedure as before. I'm not concerned with assigning the amp to a foot switch, but I will assign the chorus to foot switch 9 and the reverb to foot switch 11. So this brings us to the end of our police tone tutorial. Keep in mind that a lot of different things are going to affect your overall guitar sound, so feel free to download this tone and use this as a starting point to make your own edits. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.